Hello, everyone. My name is Dio Morales, host of the Gold Squadron podcast, and I am bringing you live coverage from round 3 of the Portland System Open. This round is sponsored by Real Repaints, and Real Repaints does individual ships, squads, and matching dials. Look up Real Repaints on Facebook or send them an email to realrepaints@gmail.com to get your commission today, and I'll be showing off some of the repaints later in the round. Also, all day today and tomorrow for the Portland X-Wing System Open, I will be also talking about the 2018 campaign against cancer. It is a tournament series put on by Chad Holful and the Twin Sons Charities. In order to raise money for cancer research, go to x-wing.org to find your nearest location. That way you can participate and or donate to that awesome effort that they're doing there. This is now year 4 or 5 that they're doing it, and it's pretty amazing, all the money that they've raised for cancer research. It's a movement that's close to his heart. He had some family, and I know a lot of people have had family affected by cancer. So have I. So I've been doing my best to make sure that I always, it's coming around here pretty soon. Make sure we pump it up and make sure to give them some support. See some people playing out at their events here. All right, so let's take a look at our players here. We got Patrick Boyle on the left. He's out of Auburn, Washington. He's giving a shout out to his squadron, the Hoth's Angels. He's bringing today a quadruple Alpha class list, 2 news with mangler cannons and tractor beams and long-range scanners, and 2 rows with Deadeye, Harpoon, and chips. Then Andrew Bunn on the right is was the Philadelphia System Open champion. Is playing Quick Draw Inquisitor Yor. Quick Draw has expertise. We usually see Quick Draw with VI, but not. Andrew is subbing out here for expertise. Fire control system, lightweight frame, and the title. Inquisitor with push to limit, auto thrusters, and the title. That's pretty standard. And we have Captain Yor taking that stress, opening up that dial for Andrew with Palpatine. So I'm going to work on getting some markers out here for these gunboats, because things can get pretty messy if we don't have them marked. So I'm going to get that going here. So forgive the radio silence so that I can get that done. Oops. And there are the rows on the outside. There we go. Okay, we have some markers out there for the gunboats. That way we can try to. We're gonna try to keep them sorted out. They're not painted any different or anything, so it'd be hard to determine what the plan is here. If you look at the Inquisitor is looks like his base or his model is mounted sideways, so he's constantly Tokyo drifting around the board. So make sure you guys watch that arc for direction there, not the ship model, because it is twisted there. looking at Patrick's list, he's got a lot of firepower. The news with Mangler cannons and the title. The reminder with the title, you can shoot after doing a slam action or having a weapons disabled as long as the cost of the cannon is, I believe it's 2 or lower is the number. We can confirm that here in a minute. So basically, it applies to the tractor beam, not to the Mangler cannon. Is the point I'm trying to make here. We can confirm the point cost on that. Yeah, 2 or fewer squad points. So so he can still shoot with the tractor beam if he wants to slam. Bringing 4 of these and having them at the kind of weird angles that he set them out to start is just trying to spread out those arcs, making sure that he has arc on something with at least a couple of those gunboats. The Inquisitor does have some room to do some arc dodging in this list. And Patrick's use of all 4 of those arcs is going to determine how successful Andrew is at that. Quick draw, I mean, with 4 gunboats bearing down, will probably burn very bright pretty soon. If you see the long-range scanners, target locks are spread out. You got 1 on quick draw, 1 on the Inquisitor. My guess here is the reason for that is at some point he will switch the target lock to the other target, whichever one he's planning on going on. And by splitting them, he's not making it obvious which ship he's going to be targeting right away. And as we get into this, this is our predictions time. Let's go ahead and vote for your winner. Who do you think is going to take this game? You'll give me a 1 for Patrick Boyle and a 2 for Andrew Bunn. That is a 1 for Patrick Boyle out of Auburn, Washington, and 2 for Andrew Bunn, one of the members of the Sons of Akbar, and Philadelphia System Open champion. Who do you think is going to take this game? We have some early voting here. All right, looks like we're getting pretty split here. 1. 7. Thank you, non-Ron-Con. So it looks like we got a lot of confidence in Andrew Bunn here today, and and Neil Saturn votes for the gunboat. So I'm guessing that's him voting for Patrick there. And you know what? This is a perfect match to mention. If you haven't connected your your Amazon Prime account to Twitch Prime, you can go ahead and do that and become a free Twitch Prime subscriber. If you don't know how to do that, I actually put up a video on our YouTube page, and you get an awesome gunboat emoji. So if some of our Twitch Prime followers, you can dump some gunboats in the chat to show them off. That's an exclusive emoji from the Gold Squadron podcast through Twitch. All right, so we're waiting for dials here. Patrick's positioning right now is just kind of, he's not really showing too much of his cards. He can commit to whichever direction he really wants to right now. And we'll see where Andrew wants to go. He starts with that in the corner. And he can't hard turn to the right now, but he can one bank, which could bring him to the right side if he wants to go there. I think in this matchup, he's probably going to have to leverage that gun on Yor to be able to take out some of these gunboats early. They are PS4 and 2, so he might be able to PS kill some of the new squadrons. right, looks like there's a bump there. So no action for that row. That works quite well for Andrew there. The fact that that row is not going to be able to do harpoon missiles. So we'll see how that affects his decision in actions here. Whoops. Alrighty. So it looks like Yor just did a 1 forward. Stay in place. Inquisitor banking in. So he will be taking a Mangler shot at this range. Target lock focused. It's going to be 3 dice. Got 2 new squadrons with arcs currently on the Inquisitor. All right, so we're just waiting for actions here. His boost barrel options are pretty limited. It looks like he could, I mean, if he wanted to YOLO, he could barrel roll to the right, but he might just token up here. Yep, there is the target lock with the first action, which is going to give him the evade token, and then focus. There you go. I think that's the right choice there with push to limit. Pretty open dial with those greens. Quick draw is coming out quick. Huh? Puns? That's not really a pun. Just use of word twice. 4 forward. And it looks like that 4 forward is a perfect move here to be able to try to get behind these set of 3 rows, 3 gunboats. It's interesting to see that Patrick is leaving that row number 1 just kind of hanging out there. I think that really benefits Andrew because he might be able to just take that one off the table. But at the same time, it is kind of also in a flanking position if need be. Seeing, does he make the barrel roll? All right, so he just pushes them all the way up against there. Thank you to those of you who who subscribe to Twitch. Also, if you had in the past done your Twitch Prime subscription, it doesn't do it automatically, so you have to click it again. So if you need to click it again, please do so. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Aham and Sherfernder something. Herder, the end is Herder, Sherfernder Herder, something like that. All right, first attack here. This is the Inquisitor. He's not going to spend that. He does have the target lock here. This is on row number 2. And 1 hit. Got natural dice here. And gets the evade. No damage. And now, so row number 1 doesn't have a shot. This would be row number 2 going regular gun. And auto thrusters, he's fine. Checking to see if there's range there. It is range 3 through a rock. This is going to be Mangler Cannon. So the Inquisitor does have 4 dice. Palpatine and evade token and a focus. And auto thrusters. So he probably doesn't take any damage here. We're expecting to see 3 hits with a target lock focus from Patrick Boyle. Ooh, okay. So that's a below average roll there. He's most likely going to be spending the... oh, he didn't spend a target lock. Auto thrusters. This is fine. So he's saving it for later. for a more opportune shot. And here comes the new squadron pilot. So Andrew will be using Palpatine on this roll, just because he can. It's the last shot that's happening. Here comes the Mangler cannon. It's got 3 hits there. Palpatine, and no damage. So the fact that Patrick is going after the Inquisitor here early is, in my opinion, a good thing for Andrew. The Inquisitor, especially if he's only taking shots from 2 ships at a time, can really do a great job of just avoiding damage, especially with the Palpatine backup, focus evade, if he can leverage some auto thrusters. And yeah, just this, like, he can basically distract Patrick with the Inquisitor while quick draw comes and starts doing some work. And the longer you can have those quick draw shields available for the end game, the better. Waiting for dial decisions here. Now, the Inquisitor needs to figure out how to clear his stress and avoid taking two shots here. You do have the harpoon live from the row number 1 that bumped last turn. The fact that that bumped actually was a pretty big deal there. Oh, that one's target locks on. Okay, that makes sense. If it was on the other ship, because he did split them up. Good point. Good point. Good point. Raven Cat. And structure of this event, just a reminder, maybe you're not familiar with the System Open. This is a premier event. It happens in 3 stages. Today is stage 1 and stage 2. Everybody, stage 1 is 3 rounds, and everybody who has 1 loss or 0 losses will move on to raid to, well, don't even have to move that marker. We'll move on to stage 2. And then anybody who is X and 1 will move on to stage 2 tomorrow for the cut. We started here with, it looks like, 100 people, maybe a little bit more than 100. I can get you an exact count here pretty soon. Waiting to see if this goes over the rock, and it looks like it does. So no action for this row. Well, some random lasers. Pew, 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 pew. It's a Death Star. Oh, the Death Star was green. All right, so we're gonna roll for damage here in a moment. And nope, doesn't take any damage. That was new number 2. And that row is just trying to make sure he can get range 2 to fire that harpoon missile off. We're going to expect the focus here. I wonder. 3 forward might plop him right in between new squadron number 2 and row squadron number 2. 2 forward actually might do it. Not 3 forward. 3 forward would be too far. Here's yours coming to bear. I was like, all right, bringing the gun in, protecting quick draw. And looks like he might be running into row number 2. Looks like a straight maneuver. Oh no, it's a bank. And they're going to work on getting that angle correct. .51 minutes left in the round. And quick draw is coming in ablazing. It's got to make that gun relevant as soon as possible. And barrel rolls out of arc to avoid a harpoon missile. Correct choice. And it looks like quick draw will have a shot there. Looks like it's range. Might be range 3. Range 2 or 3. Going in the box. And here we go. So expertise for 3. We'll know the range by how many dice here. And it's going to be taking all 3 there on row number 1. So shields are down. And the Inquisitor should be shooting next at row number 2. He does have a target lock out there. Just doing a range check. Gives him some, doesn't really give him any choices. Still range 1 no matter what. And he has a target lock out there. He probably spends it. No, he chooses not to. Oh, no, he spent it last turn. So he still does 1. Sorry about that. So much paper out there. All right. And now Patrick is up. Row number 1 is out of arc. No shots. Inquisitor needs to get out of this to see if he can survive. This will really determine the game right here. If Patrick can kill the Inquisitor, that'll really do him in here. Harpoon missile. Coming from row number 2. That helps. A crit, 3 blanks, spending the target lock. Wow. He does have guidance chips. So, hitting 2 crits. He's using Palpatine. Get him at least 1. That'll get him 2. He will take the harpooned condition and take a shield there on the Inquisitor. All right, so far, I mean, Andrew has a little bit less damage than expected right now. He probably should have taken 2 there mathematically, but So he's well, I can't say that he's ahead, but it's better than it could be for sure. It is not obstructed here. It is range 2, so notice there are no auto thrusters. Here comes Mangler Cannon. And takes 2. Did he use a tractor beam instead of? He did the tractor beam instead. Interesting. Why wouldn't you? Oh, he's trying to barrel roll him off in order to get a shot with N2. Got it. Got it. I had discounted it. All right, so no damage there. He does have to roll for the rock. Waiting for the dice roll. Takes no damage on the rock. Now here comes the defense. Sorry, here's a Mangler Cannon. 2 hits and a crit. And that is a dead Inquisitor. Inquisitor taken off the table very early in the game. So now it's quick draw against the world here. And looking at Patrick's positioning here, he does have lanes to get to quick draw with all his boats right now. Probably going to expect next turn to see a 3-turn out of new number 2, a 2-turn out of row 2, 2-turn out of a new 1, and row 1 probably just turns in as well. He get arc dodge pretty easy. I probably would try to go around the long way. And new number 2 does lose a shield off of. He should have. Did he pull it off? That's the question. Let's take a peek. Maybe? He has stack shields. Those are the hardest to read. So the boats, gunboats are making the turns. Here they go. Somebody in the chat says, Yor could solo this. All right, switching long-range scanner lock to quick draw. He does get to check to make sure it's outside of range 2. It is. We're 2 harding. That should fit as well. And again, so Patrick has arcs at a bunch of different little angles, all slightly different. So it really can make a difference here, just trying to catch quick draw. And here comes row number 2. Looks like a turn to the left as well. No. Bank. 1 bank. Start doing some damage on your. A 1 bank barrel roll looks pretty solid for Andrew here. Or even a two-turn barrel roll. Works too. It looks like he's bringing in row number 2 around the long way. And reloads. He's focusing with your 1 turn. So your will be able to take this stress. So that is a red maneuver for the TISF. Goes to your. It's going to determine whether or not a barrel roll really helps him or not. Looks like from my angle here, I think that new 2 is out of range. So he'll be taking a shot from at least new number 1. That'll be a Mangler cannon, most likely. I think the question he has to answer here is, will a barrel roll benefit him? Positionally, but he decides to take the target lock. He'll have target lock expertise on that row number 1. And, you know, when you roll like that, you don't need mods. That's 2 hits, 2 crits. And with some bad dice here, that could be the end of row number 1. So he's going to be taking hit, crit, crit. That one should be a crit too. Yep. Double damage. I think the row is dead. Yep. Okay, it was a double damage and weapons failure. So row number 1 taken off the table. Go ahead and update that on the overlay. Quick Draw's ability is still live. Your doesn't have any shots here. This is a big deal, though, getting one of the PS4s off the table, because that means that your could possibly... he has only one other ship that has simultaneous fire with him, because Andrew's definitely going to need to use the gun on the shuttle here in the next couple turns. Looks this is coming from new number 1. Gonna assume that there's Mangler cannon. Popping and evade. I guess popping on the 2 dice. Changes 1, and then extra dice with lightweight frame. And he's gonna be taking 2 shields. And that'll activate Quick Draw's ability. Get a retaliation shot from her. So she'll be able to use her ability 1 more turn. It's a range 2 shot. And expertise makes that 2 hits and a crit. And reestablishes the target lock with fire control system. Natties. New squadron takes a shield. That's new number 1. Checking range for new number 2. He does have range. So this will also probably be a Mangler cannon shot. And that fell out of the box. And he's got a target lock. And he's target locking them all. And that's going to be no damage. Quick Draw likes that. The fact that she's going to be able to use her ability one more turn can really, really help Andrew flip this game around. Palpatine, lightweight frame, still in effect. Those two abilities really stack well together. We're probably going to see Andrew here. And the new is in position for a block, if he wants to. The one that has damage on it already. Mind you, it's only one shield, so it's nothing too significant. You know what? I'm going to see if I can get the table audio so I can hear it here. Check 1, 2. It's the wrong thing. All right, so it's going to be banking here. Looks like he's got the one forward blocked. Maybe not. He's got the one bank in blocked for sure. Here comes new number 2. And she's trying to get some marks out there. You know what? I don't think Andrew minds too much if he gets blocked by new number 2. I mean, he's going to get shot, but if he can... he doesn't have a target lock. He's just going to have focus. Just going to hope not to get tractor beam off of new number 1 if he does get blocked. 3 turn coming from row number 2. No, sorry, it was a 2 turn, not a 3 turn. Expecting Yor to 1 bank to the left here. Oh, and that's true. Andrew did forget fire control system on new number 2 on the retaliation shot. So that could come back to bite him if he rolls any blanks there. Here's the 1 bank. That should clear. He's got it. Focuses. That gun is charged. And looks like we're getting... Not sure what the template was here. 3 sloop? He might be slooping. Oops. How many hands does it take? Oh, it's hard. We'll see if it's a sloop or just a 3-bank. 3-bank allows him to do an action, which Andrew's going to want. Oh, he is all up in the face of that. So there you go. He'll have a front-back shot if he wants it. Be able to shoot out the front and the back. And I think being at range 1 is probably what he's going to want to do. Most likely focuses for defense here, since he doesn't have a target lock that he forgot from fire control system. He'll probably be tempted to do the target lock, but I think focus for defense is the right call here. Waiting for him to put down a token. Oh, it looks like he did remember. Okay. The tokens were just in a weird spot. No, the sloop is fine. I guess he did have Yor there. I mean, getting behind the gunboats can't be understated. Whoa. Wild dice. All right. So, yep, this is range 1 out the back for 3 hits. And that's going to be 3 going into new number 1. So New's losing 2 shields and should be getting a card here, a hull. He's debating whether... Oh, wait, what? Oh, sorry, that was out the front for new 2. Dang it. Now this is the back. Expertise, hit, crit. Sorry, guys, because you have to shoot out the front first. It works out to be the same there. 0, 1. And that one should be at 4 hull. I'm working on correcting the overlay here. Yeah, because they just take out the shields. Checking to see if Harpoon's in range there. No arc. That's close enough to call a judge. And now we wait. Judge is coming around the table here. The shuttle did not bump, so it will have a range 1 shot there on new number 1. Determining whether or not it's an arc. It looks like it's not. Initial findings. I'm curious to see whether or not, well, Patrick probably just ends up doing the tractor beam to quick draw. That would be the better choice rather than Mangler Cannon at range 1. Because if it hits, it doesn't remove a shield unless he rolls him onto a rock. But then he can't shoot because he's on a rock. Okay, so now here comes the shuttle. And we got 3 hits coming in on new number 1. Palpatine was not used on that attack. And he's taking all 3. Does he have a focus? Oh, he's got a focus. So that's new number 1 taking 1 hull. Without that focus token, he'd be dead. No, sorry, that's not right. He's at 3 now. He was at 4. There we go. And now we gotta wait to see which one of these is shooting. And so that's going at, that's the new squadron. Looks like he does no damage. And now waiting for, I think it's 3 dice for all these weapons. Palpatine. Changes that to an evade. Lightweight frame. Spends a focus. Takes no damage / no tractor beam / I'm guessing that was a tractor beam. Because I mean, it's better not to take damage than do the ability there. So you have it locked and loaded for next time. Okay, I'm gonna go confirm. Well, actually, I can see the cards right there. We'll just pull away the overlay so that we can confirm our numbers here. Now the rows are at 3 each, and then no, the news are at 3 each, and the row has no cards, but no shields. Is that right? It's got 1 or 2 shields left. Hard to see. I'll be right back. Hey, Kempers, thank you so much for doing your Twitch Prime for 2 months in a row. You're awesome, man. And just a reminder to all Twitch Prime subscribers, it does not roll month to month automatically. You do have to click it. So if you haven't clicked it for this month, please go ahead and do so. Your friendly reminder. We're in February. I think the last time we did this was, the first system of we did was in early January. So might be about time. So that new squadron is getting out of the way, getting out of the fight, resetting. Alpha classes do not have K-turn, so he will have to leverage a slam if he wants to try to turn around in a timely fashion. Looks like we're waiting for the determination whether or not he wants a slam. And he does it. It's going to put him right in front of that that debris. So he would rather be able to get into combat sooner, even though he won't have actions next turn, but he'll have that gun pointed in the right direction. And if your arc's out there, you never know what could happen. New number 2. Looks like it's a 1 or a 2 forward. So it looks green. Okay, 2 bank. Going for a block there on the shuttle. And we'll probably see row number 2 turn in towards quick draw here. That's my guess right there. Hard to. Determining an action for new number 2. Thank you, Feld Kaplan, for re-upping your Twitch Prime, and thank you to Corna187 for doing that as well. So he's opting for the slam. This is going to give quick draw some flexibility. We do have to remember that the tractor beam is still live on new number 1, even though he slammed. So we'll see if that takes into effect here. Some action decisions from Andrew, because he can still threaten with the tractor beam. And that does look like a turn. Two turn. And right now that boat is covered if by the tractor beam if Andrew went anything faster than looks like probably like a 2. Yor does a 1 bank to the right. He'll get an action here. He's not getting shot. Well, he'll be shot by row number 2. It focuses for defense. And here comes the 1 bank from quick draw. If this lands, he does have the barrel roll open because he does have some angle there. He would be able to barrel roll and arc dodge that row number 2. I think he's got it. I think he has the arc dodge if he wants it. He would have a no-mod shot coming from new number 1, but it's only a tractor beam. We'll see what Andrew chooses to do. Thank you to Lucros for becoming a Twitch Prime subscriber. Catchy Slime, thank you so much. You get gumboat emojis and you help out the channel. Thank you so much. And it costs you nothing to become a Twitch Prime subscriber, as long as you have Amazon Prime or somebody in your family who's maybe not using their Twitch Prime subscription. Once you link that account, you don't have to do it ever again. And there's a video on our YouTube channel on how to link your Twitch to YouTube. So here we go. Range 1 into row number 2. That's 4 hits. 2 evades. So that's going to be taking the last 2 shields on row number 2. So that means that focus is still alive defensively or offensively for row number 2. It's a range 1 shot, so he has to just do the primaries if he wants, but it looks like he's going to be taking his harpoon shot on, yep, there it is. Harpoon missiles on the shuttle, which honestly I think Andrew is okay with. The shuttle's doing its job. It's absorbing some damage. Sure, it'll take 4 here, most likely. Why didn't he? Takes 3 guidance chips for 4. Throws an evade. And he's going to take 3 shields on Yor. I mean, being that there wasn't any. So we're trying to determine whether or not he has arc here. Nope, no arc. So no tractor beam this time. Looking at points on the board here, quick draw worth 37. He's going to have to take out, if he has you're alive, most likely ends up going to half. 16 plus 37, 53. He's got to take out at least one more of these. 16 minutes left in the round, and Patrick is going to need to make sure he can, if he can get both shuttles down and basically play chicken with two of the boats, he's got this. So both players have a very clear win condition right now. And I know some of you were asking for an update on Blair Bunky's game with his 7 Z95s, and he is sitting at 3-0. All right, we're waiting for dials here. And again, this is still anybody's game. Andrew is doing a great job of threatening with Quick Draw's ability, because like if you keep Patrick scared of the retaliation shot and he's not shooting Quick Draw, he's giving Andrew a window to just keep doing damage with Quick Draw and not ever triggering that ability, because he still has one shield left. But if Patrick would just take the pain for one turn, if he has multiple arcs on Quick Draw, that could also swing the game. So we have to see what Patrick chooses to do here. Okay, starting to turn in here. I just said here like a million times in the last couple minutes. Quick Draw will most likely be in arc. The range will be the determination here, whether or not Quick Draw goes to the right or to the left. He's slamming. Okay, so he has the tractor beam live, Mangler cannon is off. And this is going to be an unmodded shot no matter what, because it's going to be stressed. Debris clouds cause you to take a stress token. You have to roll a dice. On a crit, you take a critical damage. If you have stress, if you have shields, it just hits a shield. If you don't, then that's just a face up. Okay. So looking at Andrew's body language, I'm guessing that he probably did a bank maneuver. I'm just kind of trying to feel him out because of the angles that he's looking at. Okay, so he's stressed. You got to roll. Takes no damage. And row number 2 is going to be moving through Quick Draw. The harpoon missile was used on the last go around. So we'll see if he decides to reload it or not. And he decides just to focus. Two bank, he's moving the shuttle just a little faster, see if he can get oh, and there, I think that's a sloop. So it looks like he might, see, I was thinking it was a bank maneuver. He'll definitely have N1 in arc. He'll have an uncontested shot. Expertise is off. But he's not going to be taking, he's going to be taking return fire. That's really close. He does have Palpatine offensively. He'll check. He'll look down that arc, and if he doesn't have, if N1 doesn't have an arc on quick draw, then he'll palp offensively. Just doing damage checks on everything. Yep, there's the offensive Palpatine. And that's 2 hits and a crit. Moves to N1. And he's going to be taking hit crit there. Shields are down, hit, and the critical damage is a card. It's a double damage. It's taken off the board. Wow, that's another all right, double damage to take another ship off the board. So right now, Andrew Bunn is ahead of the score. N1 taken out here. Row number 2 does have a primary shot on the shuttle. Two dice. He'll spend it. And this is through a rock. 1 dice out the box, fall on the floor, gets an evade. So he'll be taking 1 more shield on you're still not quite to half points. And now we wait. Quick draw, having still 1 shield left is a big deal, especially with shields down on both of these gunboats. One round of double shot from quick draw probably takes one of these gunboats out. Quick draw just has to make sure that he doesn't take more than 1 or 2 damage in a turn. Chat here says falling a complete lapse of sanity or die averages. Andrew has this. Yeah, I mean, it seems like it definitely is in Andrew's favor currently. So we see the 2 hard from new, the 2 from new 2. I think at this point you either have to, yeah, you have to hope that quick draw just lands in your arc and that you can do some significant damage to him. Or her, excuse me. One bank. Mr. Bonder says, go lapse insanity. Crazier things have happened. Even great players have made pretty big mistakes. And 2 bank. And it looks like Andrew's saying, hey, you mind if I just move this guy? Notice that they're a little bit low on time. 7 minutes left in the round. Just telling the players how much time we got left. Here goes quick draw, range 1 into new number 2. And that's 3 hits coming in. Fire control system is acquired. And he will be spending the focus defensively. He's going to be taking 2 to the hole. Well, maybe that guy has more damage than I thought. New number 2. He might be sitting at 1. Yeah, he had 1 already. Okay, yeah. So he's sitting at 1. 1 hole. So that's 1 hit primary going at the shuttle. Falls out the box. Takes no damage. Or sorry, takes 1 damage. So that's half health on your. And the new is determining whether or not he's going to fire. And it looks like he gave the I got to try to kill him to win the game shrug. And it looks like he's going Mangler Cannon. Hit, crit. And that'll be another crit because it's Mangler. So here's Palpatine being used. Lightweight frame. Okay, so quick draw will be eating at least 1 crit here, most likely. So it's a shield and a crit. Oh, no, he spends a focus. Takes only the shield. And here comes quick draw's retaliation shot. And that's going to be a dead gunboat. Yep. All right. So the only thing left on the table now is going to be row number 2. And it's a stun pilot. With 4 minutes left in the round, Patrick's going to have to come up with something pretty creative to take quick draw out here. Quick draw's ability's gone, so that threat isn't there anymore. I don't think Patrick's win condition has shifted now. He has to start going after. We can get rid of this last marker here as well. He has to start going after just quick draw. He has a harpoon missile. No, he doesn't. It's flipped down right now. So with 4 minutes left without a harpoon missile, I don't think he can do it. He's going to have to try to squeeze in 2 or 3 turns here. So yeah, we're going to have to see what he chooses to do here. I mean, time is of the essence. 4 minutes left in the round. Yeah, right now this clock ticking down really helps Andrew. All right, both dials are down for Andrew. And it looks like he's 1 banking. Oh. And deciding an action here. Looks like a focus. There's a 2-turn from the shuttle. Your looks like he didn't quite arc dodge. Here comes quick draw, nice and casual. And quick draw is more points than this this row. Row sitting at 26. Quick draw sitting at 37. So that's going to be the game. Yeah, I think if I was Patrick, I probably would have tried to slam around. Like I would have put down my dial pretty quick for like a three hard turn, slam, reload, and then just put the pressure on Andrew to move more quickly. But he's taking his time, and I think that's ooh, natties. Okay, that's going to not. I mean, the game has been lost, but it might have been his 1% chance to catch it. Did we get a shuttle arc dodge? Your Captain, your arc dodger of the year there. Now they'll get one more round in here. So as we start finishing up this round, we got about 60 seconds left in the round. I want to do a couple of reminders. We have our sponsor for the round is Real Repaints. You can go to Real Repaints on Facebook to see some of the awesome work he's done. If you'd like to get a commission, message him on Facebook or send him an email at realrepaints@gmail.com. We're all this week, we're talking about the 2018 Campaign Against Cancer happening on April 7th. Visit x-wing.org to get some more information there and see where their locations are. Yeah, I did notice some fluctuation in the internet. I've noticed some people talking about lag. I am connected to the Wi-Fi here, so hopefully it starts behaving here pretty soon. I'm going to start closing some windows and see if start to lessen the weight on the internet here. Okay. One bank from the shuttle. And they should be calling time in the round here any second now. And just a reminder, in this format, MOV only matters for where your standings will be if you make the final cut. Other than that, MOV doesn't matter at all. You either need the W or not. Dread All, they haven't been making announcements on the clock. I'm just trying to help the players out. Excuse me. And you obviously haven't been watching my streams, so not lately. So giving a time update does not affect the game. Like I'm not. Whatever. You know what? It's whatever. So the boat gets a shot here. It's catching the corner. Yep. So we're just waiting for his last shot here. And it looks like they're calling it. All right, so that's time in the round. So I want to thank everybody for where am I at here? Just want to thank Cascade Games for allowing us to be the exclusive stream provider of the System Open Series here at the Portland Mandalore Open. We're going on a lunch break here. They told us that Stage 2 will commence at 3:30, so about 40-ish minutes from now. I'm going to go get a snack, and I want to take a moment to show you some of these awesome repaints from Rio Repaints to show here. Lots of just really detail work, as you can see there in, I think my favorite out of this set has to be the Slaver. If you look at the detail work on that skull, it's amazing. It looks so good. And yeah, just really clean lines. He's a great painter, and he's doing some ships he's working on right now for the Gold Squadron podcast. I'm looking forward for those. So we'll be back at about 40 minutes local time here in Portland. That is 3:30. We're starting. So as you go towards the east of the United States, you add an hour for each of the time zones. I'll be posting it here in a minute. Just a reminder, all of this is made possible in the end by our patrons. Giving away, what we do here is, none of this is possible without them. We go to patreon.com. Here are some of the swag. This is the current swag set that we're giving away for this set. We send stuff out every like 2 or 3 months, but we commission art or print errata cards now for some of the swag. Here are 2 errata cards that we so we published the Scout with the correction down here, full art, along with Dengar on the opposite side. We got Biggs, and you can flip it over, and it says ability use once you do that. And here are our commissions for this one. We did a Kylo Ren. Okay, we did a Kylo Ren and a Crimson Specialist, which are awesome. And then we also did, we used the Kylo art for an Advanced Sensors alt art. And all of this is being sent out to patrons. Currently, I'll be shipping out a big set when I get back home from Portland. And just as a thank you, it's what you guys do helping us really makes a difference, because, again, I couldn't afford to do this on my own dime. Other ways you can support the podcast, if you're not a patron, you can also go to your Twitch channel, which you're watching right now, or maybe you're on YouTube right now, but you can become a Prime subscriber by connecting your Amazon Prime account to Twitch Prime. It's one click of a button, and that's all that does. And also, you can go to goldsquadronpodcast.com. Our new website that just launched has links to all of our content. Well, pretty soon we're going to have some articles up there as well, and also has our web store that sells our Gold Squadron Podcast Patreon cards. Are overstock of them, so there's always extras, and I figured rather than let them sit around, give an opportunity for maybe older or newer patrons to get older cards, and maybe people who say, hey, I can't be a patron because of X, Y, and Z, but I'll buy a card off you. So those are available in limited quantities. So basically, whatever I have left is what I'm shipping there, and we'll be shipping this week any orders that come this week. So yeah, we'll be back 3:30 local time with round 4 and stage 2 of the Mandalore System Open. Everybody who is 2-1 moves on to the stage to stage 2. Anybody who is 1-2 or lower has been eliminated.